Can you see my screen now, everyone? Very good. And yes, and sound quality is also good. No disturbances. Okay. I will start. I will continue with yesterday's topic. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We will continue with yesterday's topic, that is science of death. We have first seen medical legal aspect of death. In medical legal aspect of death, yesterday we have seen different types of deaths or stages of death, somatic or systemic. Somatic or clinical death, what we call, where there is complete irreversible cessation of vital functions of vital organs like brain, heart and lung. Then it is followed by molecular death, where all the muscle tissue cells will stop responding to the all the chemical, thermal and electrical stimuli. And that particular time is important for uh, disposal of the body as well as transplantation. If you want to transplant any organ from the dead body to other person. Then we have seen the three groups or three stages of signs of death. The signs of death is classified or grouped into immediate signs, early signs within 12 to 24 hours, and late signs occurring 24 hours after the death, that is decomposition. So immediate signs, yesterday we have seen immediate signs recorded in different system, that is first is nervous system, that is stoppage of functions of brain, so insensibility and loss of EEG rhythm. The person will have, that dead body will have complete insensibility, and there will be loss of EEG rhythm, electroencephalograph. Then cessation of circulation. Cessation of circulation, there will not be heart sounds. If the heart sounds are not heard for more than 5 minutes, the person can be declared as dead, provided it should be distinguished from suspended animation, which can happen in case of which can be manifested in the form of temporary suspension of heartbeat and respiration, which can occur after drowning, in newborn baby, after anesthesia or any trauma to the brain, and also in a state of shock or overdose of barbiturates or narcotics. And third important immediate sign of death is cessation of respiration, where the respiration will completely stop and auscultation of the chest is to be done for continuously for 5 minutes, either on the. Okay, I'm back again. Fine, everything is fine. You can hear me? Hello, please reply someone. Can you hear me? Right from the beginning or previously? Okay. I will see. Mhm. You can see my screen. Hello. Now, can you see the screen? Can you hear me? Okay, now it has to be undisturbed. I hope everything is fine now. Okay, so cessation of respiration. First, we have seen cessation of or insensibility and loss of EEG rhythm because of stoppage of brain function. Then cessation of circulation, that is because of stoppage of the heart function, and cessation of respiration. That is because of failure of the lung function. So you will have to auscultate the chest with stethoscope for 5 minutes, either on the upper chest or on the larynx, because slightest air entry can be detected by the detected in the larynx. Then yesterday we have also started with the early signs of death. They will be between 12 to 24 hours. तो 24 घंटे के अंदर जो भी डेड बॉडी में चेंजेस होने वाले हैं, दे ऑल विल बी एनलिस्टेड एज अर्ली साइंस ऑफ डेथ. So early signs of death will be in the form of cooling of the body, changes in the eyes, changes in the skin, post-mortem lucidity, and changes in the muscle in the form of relaxation, rigor mortis and all. That we will see in detail. Now yesterday we have started with cooling of the body. Cooling of the body is asked as a separate 5-mark short note. It is or the question can be explain or mention the early signs of death, explain in detail cooling of the body, or what are the early signs of death, explain in detail rigor mortis. In this way the 10-mark question can also be there in the question number 4, or not like this. It will be asked as a 5-mark short note separately as cooling of the body or rigor mortis, like that. So cooling of the body or the temperature of the dead body is recorded by thanatometer. What we call it as thanatometer. It is a chemical thermometer. It is 20. I have told you yesterday. It is 25 centimeters long. The markings on it are from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. It is inserted into rectum or vagina of the dead body or into the abdomen by making a slight slit, a small slit or small incision, and it is to be inserted into the peritoneal cavity just below the liver, where you will get the exact temperature of the dead body, and it is to be kept over that site either into vagina or into rectum or into the abdomen for 2 to 3 minutes. And at the same time, environmental temperature should also be recorded and time should be noted. So the time of recording the temperature should also be mentioned. Body temperature, now you know body temperature during life is around 37.2 degrees Celsius rectal temperature, and axillary temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, and body starts to cool shortly after the death. Means after some time after death the body will start cooling. And in case of failing circulation, if the patient is having shock, or circulatory collapse, where the circulation of the blood has been already hampered even actual before the actual death of the person, here the hands and feet will cool rapidly. Even before the death the hands and feet will be felt as cool. Then at the time of death the temperature may increase because of fever or any other condition because of which patient is having any infective condition, septicemia, bacteremia. If there is any severe infection where the patient has got high grade fever at the time of death, मतलब मरने के पहले अगर उसे कोई infection और बहुत ज़्यादा fever रहेगा, the temperature of the dead body will remain for long at higher level. So even after the death, that we'll see what are the variations in that. Now we will see how the temperature of the body drops. So if the temperature of the body is normal at the time of death, means I have told you two variations. One where the person has already got some high grade fever just before the death, मरने के पहले अगर उसे बहुत ज़्यादा फीवर रहेगा तो बॉडी बहुत ज़्यादा देर तक गर्म रहेगी, और मरने के पहले पेशेंट, इफ़ द पेशेंट वाज सफरिंग फ्रॉम शॉक, सर्कुलेटरी कोलैप्स, तो उसके हाथ पैर मरने के पहले ठंडे होना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे. दिस आर द टू एक्सट्रीम्स. These are the two extreme conditions, but exclude these two. If the temperature of the body is normal at the time of death, the rectal temperature will remain as it is for 45 मिनट्स. मतलब मरने के बाद भी बॉडी तुरंत, मरते ही तुरंत उसका कूलिंग चालू नहीं होगा. द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द बॉडी विल बी रिमेन और इट विल बी मेंटेन्ड एज इट इज फॉर 45 मिनट्स, एंड within first 2 hours the fall of the temperature of the body will be in relation to or in proportion to the सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर मतलब आजू बाजू का टेम्परेचर, या तो बॉडी रूम में है, घर में है, या बाहर ओपन में कहीं पेड़ के नीचे या नदी के किनारे खेती में वगैरह कहीं पड़ी हुई है। तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सराउंडिंग एरिया, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सराउंडिंग एरिया, द रेट ऑफ द कूलिंग ऑफ द बॉडी विल डिपेंड। So for first 45 minutes, the rectal temperature will remain as it is. There will not be sudden drop in the body temperature. Then after 2 hours, the fall in the body temperature will occur in proportion to the surrounding temperature. Then in next 2 hours, the temperature will fall half of this rate. मतलब पहले 2 घंटे में जितना ड्रॉप हुआ है उससे आधे स्पीड से अगले 2 घंटे में कम हो जाएगा, और उसके आगे वाले 2 घंटे में मतलब 6 घंटे तक, करीबन 6 घंटे में क्वार्टर टू दिस रेट मीन्स यू आर गेटिंग, अगर पहले 2 घंटे में 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस से बॉडी टेम्परेचर कम होता है तो अगले 2 घंटे में सिर्फ हाफ डिग्री सेल्सियस से कम होगा, और उसके आगे वाले 2 घंटे में सिर्फ 1.25 डिग्री सेल्सियस से कम होगा। You are getting, so first 2 hours the fall of temperature will be rapid, for the next 2 hours it will be half of this rate, and for the further next 2 hours it will be quarter to the first rate. So as the time passes, the cooling of the body will become slower and slower, and gradually the body will come in equilibrium with the surrounding temperature. So in that part of the world like India, which what we call it as tropical country, जो ज़्यादा बहुत ठंडी भी नहीं है, पोलर की तरह मतलब नॉर्थ साउथ पोल की तरह एकदम ठंडा भी नहीं है, और इक्वेटोरियल की तरह एकदम गर्म वेरी हॉट भी नहीं है. सो इन that part of the world like India, what we call it as tropical area, in tropical country like India, the drop of the body temperature is around on an average 0.5 to 0.7 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर आवर, एक आधा करीबन आधा डिग्री टेम्परेचर ड्रॉप होगा हर एक घंटे में. 0.5 to 0.7 degree Celsius drop in the body temperature will be there after death. And the body in India the body will attain the environmental temperature. The body will come in equilibrium with the environmental temperature within 16 to 20 hours after death. Now you can imagine कितना टाइम लगेगा बॉडी ठंडी होने के लिए. So body will come, the temperature of the body will come in equilibrium with the environmental temperature within 16 to 20 hours. Now there are certain variations in the two condition in the this normal drop of the weight drop of the body temperature after the death. Now, I have already told you one thing where the body will start or there will be rise in the temperature, or the temperature will remain high even after the death, and certain conditions where the cooling of the body will occur early and rapidly. So we will see what are the variations in that and what are the factors which will decide the rate of cooling of the body. So heat retained or increase after the death, the condition is called as post-mortem caloricity. It is asked as a 2-mark question. Very commonly it is asked as a 2-mark question. So if cooling of the body is not asked as a 5-mark or 10-mark question, there is always going to be a 1 2-mark question, that is post-mortem caloricity. पोस्टमार्टम मरने के बाद, कैलोरिसिटी राइज इन द टेम्परेचर. सो मरने के बाद बॉडी का टेम्परेचर, ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ें हैं, ऐसे कौन सी कंडीशंस है इन विच द रेट द बॉडी टेम्परेचर विल बी हाई इवन आफ्टर द डेथ. तो मरने के बाद भी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा रहेगा. So heat retained or increase after the death condition is called as post-mortem caloricity, and it occurs in case of sunstroke. Sunstroke, what is sunstroke? Anyone, what is sunstroke? हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी की वजह से जो मौत होती है, द पर्सन हु इज़ वर्किंग कंटिन्यूसली इन द समर, बहुत ज़्यादा धूप है बाहर, 40 41 42 इतना टेम्परेचर है, और ऐसे में कोई आदमी अगर बहुत ज़्यादा हीट में काम करता है दिन भर, तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट सनस्ट्रोक द पर्सन विल डाई. सो इफ द पर्सन डाइज बिकॉज ऑफ सनस्ट्रोक, the temperature of the body will be high. And also in case of pontine hemorrhage मतलब हेड इंजुरी के बाद, if the patient gets any head injury or any other condition like stroke, what we call it as cerebrovascular accident in which there is bleeding inside the brain, what we call it as intracranial hemorrhage. And if this intracranial hemorrhage occurs in the region of pons, the condition is called as pontine hemorrhage. And you know, Pons is a very important center where pons is a very important part of the brain where the heat regulating center of the body is situated. So if the person dies by sunstroke or by any trauma, any injury to the pons, that heat regulation mechanism will be disturbed, and there will be high rise in the body temperature, and even after the death the body temperature will remain high. The next is strychnine or tetanus poisoning. Tetanus, what happens in tetanus? Patient will have convulsions. Patient will have violent convulsions. And strychnine also. Strychnine is active principle of, strychnine is one of the constituents of which poison? Anyone? Strychnine? You might have studied it in pharmacy also. Strychnine is active principle of which homeopathic medicine? Strychnine. Naxomica. You forgot? देखा था हमने क्लासिफिकेशन में भी देखा था ना. सो स्ट्रिशनिन एक्ट्स मेनली ऑन, व्हाट इज द साइट ऑफ एक्शन फॉर स्ट्रिशनिन और नक्सोमिका? कहाँ एक्ट करेगा वो? इन विच? yes, it is a spinal poison. Yes, it is a spinal poison. So it will act on the spinal cord, and the main manifestation, main clinical feature of Naxomica poison or strychnine poisoning is convulsions. And it and in tetanus also patient will have severe convulsions. So if the patient is having any condition or any disease in which the patient is going to develop convulsions, or just before the death, if that person has received the attack of those convulsions, the body temperature will be high, and even after the death body temperature will remain high. Then I have already told you, bacterial or viral infection. If the patient is having any severe bacterial or viral infection where there is septicemia or high fever is there at the time of death, the body temperature will remain high. And another condition is asphyxia. What is asphyxia? Asphyxia? Anyone? What is asphyxia? Difficulty in breathing. Then what is dyspnea? What is dyspnea? What is dysphagia? What is dysphagia? Yes, dysphagia is difficulty in swallowing. What is dyspnea? D- Difficulty in breathing. What is asphyxia? Asphyxia, yes, any obstruction to the respiratory tract which will prevent the ventilation or which will prevent the oxygenation of the blood. Now there are different types of asphyxia, from within, from outside, so many are there. There is a separate big chapter of asphyxia in forensic medicine that we are going to study later on. So asphyxia is some obstruction to the respiratory tract because of which the oxygenation of the blood is not taking place. So anything or any pathological condition which will cause asphyxia will also lead to rise in the body temperature. So it is asked as a 2-mark question. Post-mortem caloricity, how you will write? It is the condition in which the body temperature rises even after the death. And it is mainly seen in, you can mention a few examples out of these 4: sunstroke or pontine hemorrhage, tetanus or strychnine poisoning, any severe bacterial or viral infection, and any condition that will lead to asphyxia. In these cases, the temperature of the body will be very high at the time of death, and even if the patient dies, that high temperature will remain even after the death. Then next important factor is rate of cooling of the body. On which factors the cooling of the body and its rate of cooling of the body will depend. So first is age and condition of the body. Children and adults with small stature will cool rapidly. मीन्स जो बच्चे बच्चे छोटे बच्चों में, और एडल्ट्स हु आर वेरी लीन थीन, जिनका वजन बहुत कम है, ऐसे जो स्मॉल स्टैचर, physically they are very small, they will cool rapidly because of large body surface area as compared to their age. So larger the body surface, in case of children, larger the body surface, more will be the cooling rate of cooling of the body will be there. So large amount of heat will be lost to the large amount of body surface by radiation, conduction, convection and all. Then lean person, just I told you, lean person will also cool rapidly because there is no fat. Subcutaneous fat is very less, and you know fat is a bad conductor. Fat is just next point is fat will cause so slow cooling of the body. The cooling of the body will be reduced because of fat, because you know fat is a bad conductor of the body. If any person is very fat, obese, the cooling of the body will occur slowly because that subcutaneous fat will prevent the movement, or prevent the transfer of that body heat to the surrounding. So cooling of the body will occur slowly in case of fatty person, and particularly in case of women, because in women surface fat or subcutaneous fat is more as compared to males. The next is mode of death. If the person dies suddenly, मतलब काम करते करते भागते भागते कुछ तो, या ड्राइविंग कर रहा है या कुछ तो काम कर रहा है, काम करते करते अगर सडनली हार्ट अटैक आता है या कुछ एक्सीडेंट होता है, the body will remain hot for long period, so cooling will be slow. And in case of long wasting disease, मतलब कोई आदमी बहुत ज़्यादा दिनों से बेड रिडन है, पैरालिसिस की वजह से, कुछ ब्रेन की प्रॉब्लम की वजह से, और बाय एनी अदर डिसीज, कैंसर एंड ऑल, तो कूलिंग ऑफ द बॉडी विल ऑकर रैपिडली। उसके हाथ पैर मौत के काफ़ी पहले से ही ठंडे होने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे। So mode of the death, if the person dies suddenly during movement or during activity, the cooling of the body will appear slowly. And in case of long wasting disease, when the patient is bedridden for a long period, the cooling of the body will appear rapidly, or even the hands and feet will start cooling even up before the actual death. Then in case of asphyxia, we have already seen asphyxia, lightning, carbon monoxide poisoning, the body will remain longer. Asphyxia में क्या होगा? Because of deficient oxygenation. Lightning म्हणजे अंगावर वीज पडून, बिजली ऊपर बिजली गिरने की वजह से या इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक की वजह से अगर कोई आदमी मरता है, तो the body will remain warm for longer period. Carbon monoxide poisoning. What happens in carbon monoxide poisoning? That oxygenation of the blood is prevented. Oxygenation of the blood is severely hampered, and that's why patient will have asphyxia. So body will remain warm for longer period. And another important thing is in which area, in which part the body is present, that is surrounding. So we have seen age and condition of the body, mode of the death, how the death has occurred, and surrounding. अगर अच्छे खासे ओपन रूम में दरवाजे खुले हैं, खिड़कियां खुली है, if the dead body is lying in a ventilated room, the body will cool rapidly, क्योंकि हवा की मूवमेंट की वजह से, because of movement of the air, body will cool rapidly. Then if the body is in the water, मतलब नदी में, कैनाल में वगैरह गिर के कोई आदमी डूब के मरता है, तो बॉडी विल कूल रैपिडली बिकॉज ऑफ द कोल्डनेस ऑफ द वाटर। एंड क्लोथिंग, अगर बॉडी के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा कपड़े हैं, ब्लैंकेट है, रैपर्स है, तो क्या होगा? द बॉडी विल कूल स्लोली बिकॉज दैट कंडक्शन कन्वेक्शन ऑफ द heat will be prevented or obstructed by the clothes on the body. So more the clothing of the body, more the body has been wrapped, the cooling will take longer time, so body will remain warm for long period. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज एनवायरमेंटल टेम्परेचर। अगर गर्मी के दिनों में बाहर बहुत ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर है, सनी डे है, बहुत गर्मी है बाहर, एटमॉस्फेरिक टेम्परेचर इज वेरी हाई, so cooling of the body will take longer time. The body can remain warm for long period. And in case of ठंडी के दिनों में, दिसंबर जनवरी में अगर कोई मरता है बिकॉज ऑफ द too low temperature of the surrounding, the body, because of conduction and convection, large amount of heat will be lost from the body and the cooling will occur rapidly. तो ये नॉर्मल अभी मैंने तुम्हें जो रेट बताया उसके मुकाबले कई ज़्यादा कूलिंग ऑफ द बॉडी होगा, बिकॉज द एनवायरमेंटल टेम्परेचर विल डिसाइड by which rate or by which speed the temperature of the body will drop. So remember these 4 points which will decide the rate of the cooling of the body: age and condition of the body, lean person, fat person, then mode of the death, whether it was sudden death during activity or whether it was death because of long wasting disease where the patient was bedridden for a long period, then surrounding temperature, whether the body was lying in a well ventilated room or in water or it was wrapped, and environmental temperature importantly will decide the time required for cooling of the body. So this is about cooling of the body, what we call it as algar mortis. Now next sign of death, we have seen these 5 headings. One second, I will just show you the slide again. We have seen these 5 signs of death: cooling of the body, then changes in the eye, changes in skin, post-mortem lividity, and changes in muscle. So we have completed how the temperature of the body changes after death. So second point is changes in the eyes. Again there is one 2 mark question is there, I will tell you. So glistening, natural glistening and shining appearance of the cornea is lost. Normally तुम किसी की भी आँख देखोगे, living person की, the eyes are shining because of that moisture, because of the continuous moisture of conjunctiva and the surface of the cornea. The cornea appears glistening or shining. But after the death, that glistening or shining appearance of the cornea is lost. It becomes dry, cloudy and opaque. And importantly, corneal reflex is lost. Corneal reflex is lost, also seen in coma. That's why it is not a reliable sign. It can also, this corneal loss of corneal reflex can also be seen in certain unconscious conditions or comatose conditions. That's why it is not the reliable sign. Light reflex is abolished. What is light reflex? What is corneal reflex? When you will touch the cornea with any foreign metal like cotton or something, the pupils will immediately constrict. That will be absent in case of death. And another thing, light reflex. What is light reflex? Anyone can tell me light reflex? Anyone? Light reflex? Yes. How? Ha. When you will put the light with the help of torch or something, when you will put the light in the eye, the pupils will constrict. That is the normal light reflex. So light reflex will be abolished. In case of dead body, even you are putting the bright light with the help of torch or bulb like that, the pupils will not constrict. That is, light reflex is completely abolished. Then intraocular pressure is decreased. What is there in the eyeball to cause that, to give that intraocular pressure? Which liquid? What is present in the eyeball? Anatomy. I am just asking anatomy. What word I have used? Intraocular pressure. So this intraocular pressure is present because of what? Array, what is this? Intraocular pressure is decreased and eyeball becomes flaccid and sink into the orbit. मतलब वो उसका intraocular pressure drop, eyeball में पानी रहता है ना, fluid रहता है ना कोई, तो what it is called? Have you heard of aqueous humor, vitreous humor? पता है? याद है कुछ? Aqueous humor, vitreous humor? hmm? Okay, so because of that fluid present in the eyeball, there is some intraocular pressure, and that's why the eyeball is bulging. थोड़ा सा ऐसे externally convex दिखते हैं ना eye. So because of a drop in the intraocular pressure, the eyeballs will sink into the orbit. वो में खोल जाने, डोळे खोल जाने. So eyeballs will become flaccid and will sink into the orbit. Then optic disc will appear pale, and that is because of loss of retinal blood flow. There is one 2 mark question. It is again very commonly asked 2 mark question. Takes Noyers. Takes Noyers is the brownish discoloration of the sclera, right? Dirty brown. Dirty brown discoloration. Normally sclera कैसा रहता है हमारा? White color का रहता है ना? White color का sclera. But after the death, the sclera becomes brownish or dirty discoloration of the sclera due to cellular debris, deposition of cellular debris and dust, and white occurs if the person dies with open eyes. मतलब मौत के time, at the time of death, if the eyes are open, what will happen? And the dust and all those particles will get deposited on the sclera, and sclera will become brownish or dirty colored. That occurs within 3 hours after death. So you can write it in 2 lines. Takes noise is the changes in the eyes seen after death, which is because of the eyes are open even after the death for some period, and it is brownish discoloration because of cellular debris and dust. Then next is signs of changes in the skin. What changes will take place in the skin? The skin will become pale because of loss of blood supply, because of complete loss of blood supply and collapse of peripheral circulation. The skin will appear pale, it will lose its translucency. Its translucency will be lost because of loss of circulation and loss of elasticity. Means when you will pinch, नॉर्मली अभी भी तुम तुम्हारे फोर आर्म के बैक साइड पे, तुम्हारे पाम के बैक साइड पे पिंच करके देखो स्किन को, स्किन विल इमीडिएटली गो बैक टू द नॉर्मल पोजीशन. पिंच करो स्किन को, थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेच करो, इमीडिएटली छोड़ दो नीचे, तो क्या होगा? it will go back to the normal position, but because of loss of elasticity तुम जिस जगह पे स्किन को पिंच करेंगे वो पिंच वैसे के वैसा रहेगा और धीरे धीरे नीचे जाएगा. सो दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ लॉस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी. नॉर्मली पिंच करने के बाद स्किन तुरंत नीचे उसकी जगह पे जाएगी खींचने के बाद. दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द नॉर्मल इलास्टिसिटी. And because of loss of elasticity, that pinch area will remain elevated because of loss of elasticity. That these are the changes. These are small changes and very small topics. The next very important and big topic is postmortem lucidity, very commonly asked as a 5 mark as well as 10 mark question. 10 mark ही ज़्यादातर 10 mark करके ही पूछा जाता है postmortem lucidity. What are the signs of death? Explain in detail postmortem lucidity, or what is the medical legal importance of postmortem lucidity, like that. It can be a 10 mark question and very commonly asked in question number 4. So a postmortem lucidity is discoloration and staining of the skin. Discoloration and staining of the skin and organs after death because of movement of the fluid blood in the dependent parts of the body. Okay, I will just first explain you and then I will go further. देखो मौत के बाद, मरने के बाद बॉडी जिस किसी भी पोजीशन में पड़ी रहेगी, से फॉर एग्जांपल सुपाइन पोजीशन मतलब पीठ के बल, द बॉडी इज लाइंग ऑन द floor or on bed or anything, the body is lying on the back in the supine position. What will happen now? Blood is not at all circulating. Blood is not at all circulating. So each and every thing has been collapsed. Blood vessels are also collapsed or there is no circulation. What will happen? Blood will gravitate on the dependent parts of the body. मतलब बॉडी का जो हिस्सा नीचे की तरफ है, that part of the body which is towards the lower side. अभी इस supine position में कौन सा which part of the body will be a dependent part? You tell me. In supine position मतलब पीठ के बल आदमी वो डेड बॉडी पड़ी हुई है. So which part of the body will be dependent part? Back and buttocks, back of the thigh, calves. So those all parts which are coming in contact with the floor, जो नीचे की तरफ है, they are called as dependent parts. So इन सब dependent parts पे सब blood gravitational force की वजह से नीचे की तरफ जाएगा and उसकी वजह से जो बॉडी पे स्टेनिंग होगा, उसका कलर चेंज होगा स्किन का, that is called as postmortem lucidity. Got everyone? First I try to make simple. I will again read it. चलो join fast, I will continue. Deepak, mute yourself. चलो 53, 54, fast. चलो I will continue. You can hear me? Okay, you can see my screen also. Okay, so got what is postmortem lucidity? Postmortem lucidity is a condition that is because of discoloration and staining of the skin. Discoloration and staining of the skin and or not only skin, all the organs which are on the dependent part. So discoloration and staining of skin and organs after the death because of movement of the fluid blood in the dependent parts of the body. The condition is also called as post-mortem hypostasis. Another term for post-mortem lucidity is post-mortem hypostasis. It can be asked as a short note. So you may get confused. So remember, the synonym for post-mortem lucidity is post-mortem hypostasis. So it is because of movement of uh, blood. It is because of movement of fluid blood in the dependent parts of the body because of gravitation and in the toneless distended capillaries. So blood gravitates and causes distension of toneless capillaries and veins on dependent parts of the body, and this process starts within 1 hour after death. Within 1 hour after मौत के और मरने के 1 घंटे में ये प्रोसेस चालू हो जाएगी. And in case of the person dying slowly, I told you two parts: the person dying during some activity or person dying slowly because of circulatory failure, or the person is bedridden for long period because of some illness. It may start immediately after death. It generally occurs within 1 hour, but in case of circulatory failure or the dying slowly because of some other illness where the patient is bedridden for long period, in these cases it may start immediately after the death. So how it will begin, and how the whole dependent part of the body will get discolored because of movement of the blood. So it will initially it will begin as a series of mottled patches. Mottled patches मतलब ऐसे छोटे 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 दाने आ जाएंगे, छोटे 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 स्पॉट्स आ जाएंगे जैसे जैसे द ब्लड विल मूव ऑन द डिपेंडेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी विदिन फर्स्ट 3 hours, within 1 to 3 hours after death. A series of small mottled patches will appear on the dependent parts of the body. जैसे जैसे वो ब्लड ग्रेविटेट होगा डिपेंडेंट पार्ट्स के ऊपर, that part will show series of mottled patches, छोटे छोटे ऐसे पिंस हेड की तरह छोटे छोटे स्पॉट्स दिखेंगे. Then within 3 to 6 hours, within 3 to 6 hours, these small spots of blood will coalesce means आजू बाजू के स्पॉट्स के साथ उनका साइज बढ़ बढ़ के एक दूसरे के साथ मिल जाएंगे and they will become larger. So within first 3 hours it will appear as a series of mottled patches on dependent parts of the body. Then within 3 to 6 hours, मौत के 3 से 6 घंटे के बीच, after 3 hours up to 6 hours, these small dots or these small patches will coalesce with the adjacent patches and will become larger in size, and fully developed postmortem lividity will take around 6 to 8 hours. और 8 घंटे में वो postmortem lividity fix हो जाएगी. Now I will tell you what is fixed and when we call it as postmortem lucidity is not fixed, and when we call it as the postmortem lucidity is fixed. That we'll see in the next slide. So you got, if the dead body is lying down in the same position, its position has not been changed. So on the dependent part of body, within first 3 hours, a series of small dotted patches will occur. Then these their size will go on increasing. They will coalesce with the adjacent patches and they will increase in size within 6 hours, and the fully developed postmortem lucidity and fixed postmortem lucidity will be developed within 8 hours. Now I will tell you what is the importance of this timing and all, because it will help you to decide the time since death while doing the postmortem examination and all. So after development of lividity, now this is very important legally, medico-legally. So after development of lividity, if the position of the body is changed before fixing of the lividity, fixing कब हो रहा है? करीबन 8 घंटे में. So fixation of the postmortem lividity takes around 6 to 8 hours. लेकिन ये postmortem lividity फिक्स होने के पहले समझो अगर डेड बॉडी की पोजीशन चेंज होती है तो क्या होगा? That gravitated blood will again go to the new dependent part of the body. You are getting? So for example, the dead body is lying on back in the supine position. Now someone has moved that dead body and moved it to the one side. Say for example, that dead body is made to lie on the right arm or on the right side. म्हणजे उजव्या कुशीवर जर वळवलं असेल त्या डेड बॉडीला, what will happen? Still the postmortem lividity is not fixed. So if the dead body has been moved before the fixation of the postmortem lividity, that gravitated blood will now move on the fresh areas of dependent part. That is, जो supine position में थी, जो मैंने अभी example दिया, the body was in a supine position. now the dead body has been moved to lie on one side, say for example on the right side. So all this blood which has not yet been fixed will move on the right side of the body, because which is on the which has become now the new dependent part of the body. So fresh areas of lividity will develop on the new dependent part. And very important, if the position of the body is changed after fixation of the lividity, मतलब after 8 hours, 8 घंटे के बाद जितने टाइम में करीबन पोस्टमार्टम लिविडिटी फिक्स हो जाती है. So if the postmortem position of the body is changed after fixation of postmortem lividity, the pattern of lividity will not be altered, it will remain as it is. It is very important medico legal point. So okay. So the position of the body, if it is changed before the fixation of the lividity, it will move on the new dependent parts. And if the position of the body is changed after fixation of the postmortem lividity, it will not alter, it will not be shifted to the new dependent part. And now how will you come to know whether the postmortem lividity is fixed or not? A very simple test is there for that. So if the pressure of the thumb blanches the area, that means the postmortem lividity is not fixed. Means say for example the dead body is lying on the back, the postmortem lividity has started to appear on the back, means in the scapular region or on the back side. You just move the dead body slightly and press with the help of your thumb in the area of postmortem lividity, and if that blood moves because of the pressure of the thumb, that means blanching occurs, that means the postmortem lividity is not yet fixed, that means the time since death is less than 8 hours. That is very important point which will give you good idea, just like body temperature. Body temperature will also give you a good idea about the time since death, and this is also a very important sign to decide time since death, वो आदमी को मर के कितना टाइम हुआ है पोस्टमार्टम के दौरान. You can go for this very simple test. So if pressure of thumb blanches the postmortem lividity area, the postmortem lividity is not fixed and time since death is less than 8 hours. And if the pressure of the thumb doesn't blanch the area, मतलब समझो पोस्टमार्टम लिविडिटी फिक्स हुई है, तुम जोर से उसे थंब की मदद से, थंब से तुम उसे जोर जोर से दबा रहे हो. So if you are giving good pressure with the help of thumb and it doesn't blanch the area of postmortem lividity, that means the postmortem lividity is fixed, वो चेंज होने वाली नहीं है, and the time since death is more than 8 hours. So if the postmortem lividity is blanched by the pressure of the thumb, it is the time since death is less than 8 hours, and if the pressure of the thumb doesn't blanch the area of postmortem lividity, that means the postmortem lividity has got fixed and it will not be changed even after changing the position of the body, and you should be very sure that the time since death is more than 8 hours. It is very important. Then site of distribution and pattern of postmortem lividity, that will depend upon the position of the body. तो मरने के बाद किस जगह पे, बॉडी के कौन से पार्ट पे पोस्टमार्टम लिविडिटी आई है, वो स्टेनिंग हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ accumulation of the blood, that will give you good idea about the cause of the death also. So in case of hanging में बॉडी की पोजीशन कैसी रहेगी? If any person dies by hanging, गड़फास, if any person dies by hanging, what will be the position of body? Yes, anyone? बोलो बोलो, what will be the position of body? Hanging. अपराइट पोजीशन रहेगी ना. छताला फैनला कहीं भी उसने अगर हैंगिंग किया है तो अपराइट पोजीशन में रहेगा ना. उसके गले में उसका कुछ तो फंदा रहेगा, कपड़ा, डोरी, रस्सी या जो भी है वो फंदा रहेगा उसके गले में. सो बॉडी विल बी इन द अपराइट पोजीशन. सो व्हाट इज द डिपेंडेंट पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी वेयर द ब्लड विल gravitate? I have written, you can just read. In case of hanging, postmortem lividity will be lower limbs, then external genitalia and forearms and hands, क्योंकि वो सब नीचे की तरफ रहेंगे ना. They all will be hanging downwards. So postmortem lividity will be on the lower limbs, on the external genitalia and on the fingers, forearm and hands. वो बहुत ज़्यादा लाल और डिस्कलर्ड दिखेंगे. Then in case of drowning, it will be the face will be downwards. मतलब आमतौर पे बहुत ज़्यादा ड्राउनिंग की केसेस में चेहरा नीचे की तरफ रहता है. When the body will come to the surface, चेहरा नीचे की तरफ रहता है. That's why head and upper part of the body will show postmortem lucidity in case of drowning. But again, one condition, just read the third point. The body is constantly changing the position. Means if any person dies in running water, like in the river और इन द कैनाल में गिर के मरता है, डूब के, या नदी के पानी में डूब के मरता है, जो बॉडी बहते बहते जा रही है कंटिन्यूसली, तो पोस्टमार्टम ल्यूडिटी कहाँ आएगी? Where will be the postmortem lucidity? Anyone? You just read the third point. Answer is in front of you. Yes, the postmortem lucidity will not appear because the body is constantly changing its position. That is in running water. Then it will be absent in areas of contact flattening. Now, just I told you, the person is lying down, the dead body is lying in supine position with resting on the back. So, on which areas there is pressure of the body, जिस पे body का weight आ रहा है, उस area पे, on those pressure points, that postmortem lucidity will be absent. Example, शोल्डर मतलब स्कैपुला का रीजन जो बेड के कांटेक्ट में रहने वाला है, ग्राउंड के कांटेक्ट में रहने वाला है. देन बटक्स, and the buttocks, they are also directly in contact with the bed or with the ground, and back of the calves because they are resting on the ground. So those areas which are directly coming in contact with the ground or on the surface on which the body is lying, वहाँ प्रेशर की वजह से वो postmortem lucidity नहीं आएगा. So those parts of the body which are directly coming in contact with the floor or ground, in that area postmortem lucidity will be absent. So it is absent in the areas of contact flattening. वो प्रेशर की वजह से उस एरिया में ब्लड जाएगा नहीं ना, और उसका आजू बाजू का एरिया जो हवा में है, which is not directly in contact with the bed or with the floor, ग्राउंड के कांटेक्ट में नहीं है, वहां आ जाएगा वो. So those parts of the body which are directly in contact with the surface on which body is lying, those parts will show absence of postmortem lucidity. What we call it as areas of contact flattening. The next is if the body is lying on uneven surface. Say for example बेड पे है, जो उसका जो बेडशीट है या ब्लैंकेट है, उसके ऊपर बहुत सारे रिंकल्स है, मतलब uneven wrinkles or uneven surface पे if the body is lying. Now just we have seen in the fourth point, the part of the body, part of the back that is directly coming in contact with the surface on which it is lying, that part will be devoid of postmortem lucidity, that staining will not be there. So same thing if the body is lying on uneven surface like runked up blanket, म्हणजे चुरगळलेल्या घड्या असलेल्या बेडशीटवर किंवा चादरीवर जर बॉडी अशी पडलेली असेल, there will be irregular staining like dark and light strips depending upon how is the folding of the blanket or bed sheet, and accordingly those stainings will be created. And it can be misdiagnosed as इसमें क्या गलती हो सकती है? समझो बैक पे ऐसे तुम्हें लाइंस दिख रहे हैं, अल्टरनेट लाइंस, कुछ पे पोस्टमार्टम ल्यूडिटी का स्टेनिंग दिख रहा है और उसके बीच में नहीं दिख रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ दैट प्रेशर कॉज बाय द रंक अप और रिंकल्ड ब्लैंकेट और बेडशीट. तो उसकी वजह से क्या मिसडायग्नोसिस हो सकता है पोस्टमार्टम के दौरान? एनीवन? वेरी सिंपल, बैक पे ऐसे तुम्हें इरेगुलर मार्किंग्स दिख रहे हैं, अल्टरनेट मार्किंग्स ऑफ प्रेजेंस एंड एब्सेंस ऑफ पोस्टमार्टम लिविडिटी. सो व्हाट मिस्टेक कैन बी डन? इट कैन बी मिसडायग्नोस्ड एज, yes, very simple. हाँ, इट विल बी फेल्ट ॲज इफ द पर्सन हॅज बीन बिटन आणि त्याच्यावर काठीचे किंवा असे काहीतरी मारल्याचे वळ उठल्यासारखे वाटतील. सो दॅट कॅन मेक दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट मेडिको लिगल पॉइंट. That's why I have mentioned all these things. So body lying on uneven surface will show the irregular staining with dark and light strips that can be misdiagnosed as bruises. Bruise म्हणजे मुकामार लागल्यानंतर जे वळ उठतात ना अंगावर काठीने वगैरे मारल्यानंतर, that can be misdiagnosed. And that can be mentioned in the report of postmortem lucidity on the postmortem examination. Then if the head is turned to one side, डेड बॉडीची मान एका बाजूला वळालेली असेल, इफ द हेड इज टर्न टू द वन साइड, तर एका बाजूला मानेमध्ये घड्या होतील ना, फोल्ड्स ऑफ द नेक. एका बाजूला जर मान वळाली तर मानेमध्ये घड्या होतील आणि मग जिथे जिथे स्किनच्या घडीचं प्रेशर पडलेलं आहे तिथे परत जसे आता आपण पाठीवर पाहिले तसेच अल्टरनेट डार्क अँड लाईट स्ट्रिप्स ऑफ पोस्टमॉर्टम लिव्हिडिटी कॅन बी सीन अँड इट कॅन बी मिसडायग्नोस्ड ॲज, म्हणजे अशा गळ्यावर जर अशा रेषा दिसल्या अल्टरनेट डार्क आणि लाईट स्ट्रिप्स ऑफ पोस्टमॉर्टम लिव्हिडिटी, हा येस, कुणीतरी त्याचा गळा दाबून मारले असं दिसू शकतं. इट कॅन बी मिसडायग्नोस्ड ॲज स्ट्रँग्युलेशन किंवा कोणीतरी त्याचा गळा दाबलाय. देन प्रेशर फ्रॉम टाईट क्लोदिंग, म्हणजे गळ्याभोवती टाय टाय किंवा एखादा थ्रेड असेल, गळ्यात काहीतरी काहीतरी माळ वगैरे घातलेली असेल, ऑर्नामेंट्स असतील, काही दागिने असतील आणि त्याच्या प्रेशरमुळे सुद्धा पोस्टमॉर्टम इम्युनिटी येणार नाही आणि तो गळ्यातला दागिना किंवा तो जो काही धागा वगैरे असेल तो काढून टाकल्यानंतर किंवा कॉलर किंवा टाय काढून टाकल्यानंतर त्याच्या प्रेशरमुळे तिथे पोस्टमॉर्टम इम्युनिटी येणार नाही आणि मग तिथं जो काही तो पट्टा दिसेल त्या ऑर्नामेंटमुळे झालेला, दॅट कॅन बी मिसडायग्नोस्ड ॲज द पर्सन हॅज बीन किल्ड बाय थ्रोटलिंग ऑर कॉम्प्रेसिंग द नेक, किंवा याचा गळा दाबून कोणीतरी मारलेला आहे. सो दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट अबाउट साइट ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्युशन अँड पॅटर्न ऑफ पोस्टमॉर्टम लिव्हिडिटी. So in case of hanging, it will be on the dependent parts. What are the dependent parts in case of hanging? Lower limbs, external genitalia and forearm and hand. In case of drowning, the face will be directed downwards and that's why it will be mainly on the head and upper part of the body. And in case of body constantly changing the position, in case of running water of canal or river, postmortem lividity will not appear because it will not have any chance to get deposited on any particular dependent part. Then absent in the areas of contact flattening like shoulder blades, buttocks and back of the calves, which are directly in contact with the ground. That's why the flattening will occur and the capillaries will not have any chance to get that blood that is gravitating in these particular parts. And if the body is on uneven surface, irregular staining with dark and light strips, it can be misdiagnosed as bruises. And head, if it is turned to the one side, in the folds of the neck, again those irregular bands of dark and light strips can be seen, which can be misdiagnosed as strangulation. And pressure from tight clothing around the neck can also be misdiagnosed as some throttling or strangulation, or किसी ने उसका गला दबा के मारा है. Okay, we'll stop here. It's nearly 55 minutes now. Okay, today we'll stop. In next lecture we will see extent of lividity. कौन से डेड बॉडी में वो ज़्यादा होगा, कौन से डेड बॉडी में कम होगा, and very important is color of postmortem lividity and what is the medico legal importance. What is the medico legal importance of postmortem lividity, that we will see in next lecture. Okay, today we will stop here. You are getting, समझ में आ रहा है everyone? Am I too fast? Am I too fast? So speed is okay and you can understand, or you understand everything what I am explaining here. And again I am repeating, yes, again I am repeating, please immediately after finishing the topic, please go through the notes, whatever the PPTs I have shared. I hope all of you have preserved those PPTs with you. Please read those topics. Yes, please read those topics from the PPT so that you will understand it nicely or in a better way, because I think many of the people, many of the students don't have book with you. So please read it from, yes, please read it from the my PPT. It will be easy for understanding. तो मगअप नहीं करना पड़ेगा, understanding is important. Okay, then today we will stop here. It's nearly 55, more than 55 minutes. We will stop here. Tomorrow we will continue with postmortem lividity and we will go to the next sign of death. Okay, then see you. Bye everyone. I will end the meeting. Yes, I will end the meeting for all. Thank you.